All right, hey, everybody, how you doing? It's John Brewer here with the South Florida. I am the South Florida restaurant guy, and I am here to do a little thing on social media. One of the big requests I get from a lot of restaurants, especially mom and pops out there, you don't have a PR department, you don't have the money to spend $2,000 a month on a PR company, so you have to do it yourself. And I'm here to give you just some basic tips. I learned them along the way. I've always been a big fan of people like Gary Vee, always great people to check out. So you might want to look into those things as well. But I just want to give you an overview about what I've kind of noticed. So here we go. So this is basically South Florida Restaurant Guys Social Media Marketing 101 for restaurants. This is all being done off of an app called Canva. And I'm a big fan of Canva. You can do stills, you can do animations, you can take photos, drop them in. As you guys can see here, I've got my logo up there. You can see my logo in the upper hand corner. I've got some photos. So it's really good stuff. Makes it a little more creative, makes it look a lot more professional. So the three things I want to touch on right now, the things that I want to kind of discuss or go over, and I definitely want to see your comments, like, subscribe, what you like, what you don't like, anything you may add on to that. But the main points I want to talk about right now are going to be the 3 C's. I call them the 3 C's, and then we're also going to touch on the 3 platforms, which are LinkedIn, you've got Instagram, and you've got Facebook. I know TikTok as well. I'm not that familiar with it, and I know there are some other Pinterest some people use, but the main 3 that I like to talk about right now are Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So we'll touch on those 2. Ways to communicate your message, and then also how to create a vault. I think it's very important because we all know how busy we are. So 3 things we want to talk about: curbside or COVID. That's probably the most important thing going on right now. Most people will go, so if you have 2 restaurants that have amazing hamburgers, or let's say you have 1 restaurant that has amazing hamburgers, but the staff there, their masks are off, they're not really following protocol, there's wrappers on the ground, it just doesn't look like a very clean environment. And then there's another place that makes a mediocre hamburger, but let me tell you, everything's clean, everybody wears gloves, everybody's wearing white, everybody's clean, everything's pressed. That person right now who makes the mediocre burger is going to get the sale over the person who does the phenomenal burger, but it's not very clean. So perception is everything, and it's something we need to think about right now. People want to see how you're making things safe. Are you disinfecting tables? Are you using single-use condiments, not putting bottles of ketchup on the tables? Things like that really add up. It shows that you care what they see, so they figure that you care about the stuff that they don't see as well. Curbside. How are you making it a seamless and hospitable experience for pickup and curbside? Maybe you guys don't normally do curbside and you kind of added it on. You're not really giving it your full attention. Well, I'm here to tell you that going forward, it's probably going to be a bigger part of your business than you ever thought it was. I don't care if you're making steaks. I don't care if you're doing veal chops at 35 bucks a pop, whatever it may be. Curbside is going to be a part of your business now going in. Some that's gone up to 35, 40%. It's really what's kept the people like Chipotle and all these guys going right now. They've always been paying attention to it. So the other part of that is if you do offer curbside, you need to nail it. And the reason why I'm saying that is a lot of curbside folks, once they try you, if you don't nail that curbside, you're probably going to lose them as a dine-in guest. And we don't want to see that happen. So you got to pay attention to your curbside and you got to do it well. Last thing, of course, is your food. We want to see your food. We want to see how your food's prepped. We want to see how your food looks. Sights and sounds are really good. The steak, the sizzle, all that good stuff is what people want to see. So I hope you guys can see this. Let's see. I know it's a little hard maybe, but so these are all the different ways you can communicate your message to people. You don't just have to do a post. You don't just have to show your menu. You don't have to. There's many ways you can do it. So let's talk about them. The easiest way to do it is a word post, right? You could just do a post. We are here and open for business. Is it going to get a lot of engagement? Most likely no. It's probably going to get lost. People are just going to float right by it. Think about it. What do you watch? What do you engage with when you're on social media? And if you're not on social media, maybe you should, because it can be a lot of fun. GIFs. I love GIFs. GIFs are great. GIFs are basically little motion, kind of generic. There is a whole bunch of them out there. My son loves the ones from The Office. They can be clever. They can be funny. I used one the other day. It was Thumper from Bambi, and it was basically reminding everybody to be nice to each other. If you guys remember Bambi, Thumper gets yelled at for not being nice to people. His mom kind of calls him out on that. I use The Office many, many times where he's pointing at the thing or whatever it may be. Gifs and memes. Memes are basically GIFs. So GIFs are basically moving memes is what they are. So memes are little snippets of video that have kind of been cataloged and they kind of become part of our culture. And that's what it is. So you're tapping into culture to remind people about you. So maybe it's the one where the girl's crying or something like that. And what you put is how you're going to feel if you miss our Taco Tuesday tonight. And that's it. And it's a great way to remind people that you're there. And it's a great way to do it. It's real quick. You don't have to do too much on that. You can get it out there pretty quickly. Memes, same thing. Show a photo of something and you kind of, I love memes. There's some great meme sites out there. You can always pick them up. But just using a meme to kind of get the word out. It's clever, it's funny, it's kind of that jab, jab, jab before you give them the right hook. Okay, so also photos. You could take photos of your food, you could take photos of your staff, you could take photos of your drinks, you could take photos of your restaurant, you could take photos of your tables, you could take photos of anything and put a nice clever caption to go along with it. Don't overthink it. Like I say, don't be so caught up in I have to create something new, I have to reinvent the wheel. No, you don't. All you have to do is your phone, the thing that I'm broadcasting on right now, is a perfect way to get your message out there. These things take incredible pictures, they take incredible videos. All you got to do is use it, put a little thought into it, and it'll be ready to go. Video, video, video. That is what Facebook loves. Facebook loves video. So you could do like I'm doing right now and kind of put it in the can, or you can go Facebook Live. Facebook Live is another option. I love Facebook Live because it gives you that instantaneous reaction. And don't be worried if there's nobody watching the first couple of times that you do it. You have to build your audience. Just do it. And the great part about it is you can do it and then you can save it. And then from there, I recommend starting a YouTube channel, and you can start to catalog all these videos that you've accumulated over time, and you can take those videos any given day and go ahead and repurpose them. It's what I do. I've got over 150 videos of all the Facebook Lives that I've done during COVID to kind of do little commercials for these restaurants. And that's what I do. I catalog them, and every morning I wake up, I pick 2, and I post them, and they go out there and they create another life of their own. So start your own YouTube channel, start cataloging all your Facebook Lives, and before you know it, you're going to have a library of things that you can just go ahead and repost to remind people that you're there. And then the stories option. So on Instagram and on Facebook, you have the stories option. Even on LinkedIn now, they have the, even on Twitter, I think they have the stories option now. So the stories option is a great way to put a little video or a little snippet, a little photograph. Maybe it's a picture of your tacos, maybe it's a picture of your steaks, and just kind of remind everybody who you are, what you're doing. Like I said, try to use the 3 C's, COVID, cuisine, and curbside as a guide. When I say COVID, I'm talking about your employees and your staff, your bartenders, making a drink, whatever it may be, something that you can use to interact with your audience. And that's what it's all about. It's about interacting. So on that note, what I'd also like to say is you need to go back through your posts, and if anybody's taken the time out to engage with you, you should take the time out to engage with them. And I'm not just saying a generic thank you or we're so happy to help or whatever it may be. A good rule of thumb is as many words as they put into it, you should put into it as well. And you should try to be as specific as possible. If they say, hey, we went there the other night and we really enjoyed the steak, you should say, wow, you know, we age our beef 28 days, whatever it may be. We age our, you know, we take great pride in our meat. We take great pride in our beef and how we present it. Thank you so much, you know, whatever it may be. Think of a reason to get back with it. And I'm telling you, this stuff will start to win people over. It's not a race that's going to be won overnight, but in the long run, it's a race that you have to run now. With COVID and everything, it's become absolutely mandatory that everybody use social media. So like I say, create a vault. Every time you take a photo, whatever it may be, start to put it into a folder. And you're going to start to accumulate all this stuff. So when you are busy and you can't get to your social media, you'll have something prepped and ready to go, whether it's a GIF, whether it's a meme, whether it is a video, whatever it may be, you'll have something out there you'll have something out there for content, and that's what it's all about, is creating that content. So on that note, let me just say here that here I am, John Brewer, South Florida's restaurant guy. I would like to remind you to subscribe. I'm also the creator of the Eat Local Supper Club, me and my volunteers. YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please put them in the comment section. I'd be happy to answer them for you, or at least direct you to where you could get those answered. Anyway, I'm out of here. You guys have a fantastic day, and don't forget to post on social media if you're a restaurant.